Hi, welcome to Tuesdays with Mish. It's a weekly series about Tuesdays with Mish, which is a weekly corner that I set up on Facebook Live, through Facebook Live, to talk about simple steps or simple things, simple positive steps to live the life you love. And it's also to answer any questions you may have about, I don't know, how to live the life you love, or about how to be an artist like I am. And I'm also here to share with you some of the behind the scenes and what I've been up to that some of you are quite curious about and do ask me from time to time. So yes, welcome and happy Tuesday. So today I'd like to talk about something that's actually really close to my heart, actually, social media, right? Being Facebook for most of you, since we're on Facebook, and for me it's also Instagram. So I'm on, like, you know, social media for me is like the office for a lot of you, for those who work in the corporate sector and go to work, right, in an office building. So I work from home, and yes, while my studio is my office, the social media world is very much my office world, and you know, my colleagues and my friends are all there, all over the world. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Snapchat, I'm sort of on Twitter, I'm sometimes on Periscope, so quite a lot of channels really. And you go, whoa, you know, and people ask me, how do you even do anything else? That's one, but actually more importantly, how do you still have a life? Because I do post, you know, 2 to 3 times, sometimes 4 times a day on Instagram. So I'm pretty active, and I think well, I struggle. It's not that easy, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I think it is a lot about what I used to talk before, what I spoke about before, setting boundaries and being mindful. So I came upon this article somewhere in a magazine, and it talks about how to keep your jealousy in check. I think a lot of the youth and younger people these days struggle quite a bit with their self-esteem because of Instagram and possibly Facebook, because, you know, they think that life is so like what it is on Instagram, where it looks so pretty and perfect and everything. But then they realize that actually, how come they ask themselves, why is my life not like that? Why am I looking fat when all these girls are looking so skinny? Why does my food not look as good as, you know, that person's Instagram post? And it's real, right? It's a real thing. These are real questions. So instead of sharing that article with you, because that's not quite how I interpreted it, I like to actually share with you kind of in a more active way of how I manage the balance between social media, or how I am managing, it's a constant effort, the balance between social media and real life. So step 1 is set your intentions. Be mindful about what you actually want to get out of your social media. What do I mean? So for example, before you click on that Facebook icon, ask yourself, what do you want to get out of going into Facebook right now? Is it to switch off your mind? Nothing wrong with that. Is it to keep in touch with friends, to just check out what your friends are up to? Is it to find something funny to laugh at because you feel like you really need a laugh right now? Or is it to find something inspirational, which is what I constantly do look for? Inspirational quotes or any inspirational videos. That's like so many of them out there right now. Or, you know, or you need a cry. You need something sad and emotional, something you need to kind of, you know, relate to real life, or what's going out there, and just kind of, you know, feel something, right? And that's all fine. But what I'm saying is, be mindful of what your intentions are before you go into your social media, so that you're aware of why you're doing it, instead of just scrolling aimlessly and going and getting lost. You go from one post to another, and before you know it, holy shit, it's like an hour and you've wasted an hour of your time and you go, what the hell just happened? So step 2 is be in touch with reality, right? Be aware that whatever you see on social media or on the internet is not the full picture. It really is probably 20% of what the real picture is, or the full picture is, and it's always often just the best bits of that person's life or whatever that message is all about. So we need to be just mindful of that whatever you see, you need to take it with a pinch of salt. Third, set boundaries, time goals. So before I go onto Instagram, I will tell myself, okay, I'm going into Instagram in order to, 1, make a post, 2, respond to all the comments, or actually not all the comments, respond to 10 comments that I would have received, and I give myself 15 minutes. And I actually literally look at the time, and I'm very mindful of the time that I spend. And after 15 minutes, I'll tell myself, okay, that's it. Gotta go and do something else now. I'll come on again in 3 or 4 hours time when I have the next time slot for Instagram or Facebook. So be mindful of what your intentions are and go into Facebook or Instagram or social media with a time limit or a boundary in mind, knowing you're going to look for this, you're just going to spend 10-15 minutes or whatever, X amount of, not an hour. I would recommend about 10-15 minutes, just to watch a video or a couple of videos, or reach out to a couple of friends, catch up on friends' holiday pictures or babies. That's all fine, but have boundaries. And the last one, I think which is the most important, is focus on real life relationships. So be aware that while Facebook and all is great, it's been so, I am so grateful for Facebook, because I am able to keep in touch with family and friends from all over the world, from my uni days, from school days, from all walks of my life. And without this, I would not be able to do that at all. And then every time when we meet up, it feels like, we don't have that much of a gap or gap to catch up on, because we've been in touch. But nothing replaces the beauty of that face-to-face and the reality of actual real life relationships. So make time for your friends, make time for family, have that coffee, instead of that half an hour of lounging on the couch. Think about a friend that you haven't caught up with for a while, and call him and say, hey, do you want to catch up for a quick coffee or something? And go out and catch up, because nothing replaces that. Right, so that's it for today. I'd like to say thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you again very soon. Thank you. Bye.